with Big Mo. Oh, man.
Christopher, you ready?
So you're gonna keep fighting after that? Yeah, you really do love getting your face rearranged, don't you? Jake Paul's complete mental breakdown began the precise second Anthony Joshua demolished every fantasy with one devastatingly harsh dose of reality. And we're talking about the type of reality that slices through decades of manufactured hype in one crushing blow, while Logan Paul watched from ringside as his brother got absolutely annihilated in that squared circle. The rage didn't just bubble up, it erupted like a volcano in front of everyone. And trust me, what happened after that beatdown was actually more disturbing than watching the knockout happen. This went way beyond just another defeat. This turned into a total public mental collapse, a family implosion that played out right there under those blazing arena lights. And it became a defining moment that revealed the complete truth about the Paul brothers' machine. While the whole planet was watching, those cameras captured every single frame of the disaster, and there was absolutely no escape from the chaos that was erupting.
Incredible!
Jake Paul being measured up by Joshua for that right hand! Gets clipped again!
This whole event got marketed to the masses as some brave, risky, game-changing spectacle that was gonna completely transform how we view contemporary boxing forever. Jake Paul climbing through those ropes to face Anthony Joshua was getting promoted like this incredible long shot, the type of massive wager that could totally reshape boxing history and prove Jake belonged with the elite once and for all. But listen, and this part matters. The moment that first bell actually sounded and fists started flying, it instantly transformed from a risky bet into something way more devastating. A savage, crushing wake-up call that absolutely nobody in Jake's corner saw coming. What's absolutely insane is how everyone around them, and I'm talking about everybody, totally miscalculated just how catastrophically this whole mess would spin completely out of control. Not just for Jake taking punishment in there, but for Logan stuck watching helplessly from outside those ropes. Because what actually happened in front of countless viewers wasn't just some routine knockout defeat that you bounce back from next month. It became a total public destruction of manufactured hype, inflated egos, and family reputation. All three foundations crumbling at once, and this whole train wreck was unfolding live in front of tens of millions of people worldwide who were absolutely thrilled and waiting to savage the entire operation the instant it fell apart.
I just pissed him off. Then he broke my brother's jaw. Fuck this guy. Broke his jaw, huh? Yeah, he split his jaw.
But here's what the majority of viewers missed completely. The actual story driving this catastrophe didn't really begin when those fighters walked through those ropes under the scorching spotlights. It actually began weeks upon weeks before that, with Logan Paul speaking in interviews like the result was already locked up in their favor, like they were just going through the motions before popping champagne. From showing up at press events, to his endless parade of social media posts that dominated everyone's timelines, Logan just kept hammering home the identical talking points again and again and again. Anthony Joshua was finished, completely exposed, and totally vulnerable against Jake. He actually had the nerve to declare that Joshua was getting dominated before they'd even touched gloves, which honestly is completely unhinged when you really consider it. The phrase career killer kept getting repeated like some kind of promise they were making, not just some guess about what might happen. Logan wasn't just playing the role of encouraging brother pumping up his family member's big moment. He was intentionally linking his own public image, his own empire, his own believability, straight to Jake's showing in that ring. This stopped being family loyalty at that point. This became raw pride at stake, and everybody watching knew it.
Yeah, it was largely because he was mostly running away from AJ rather than standing toe-to-toe with him to fight. It's the difference between fighting a Bengal tiger and running away from a Bengal.
The promotion machine that the Paul brothers had constructed over the years shifted into complete maximum overdrive throughout the weeks building toward this showdown. Countless millions of viewers locked in to consume the promotional material, the media events, the workout videos, all of it. Boxing experts and veteran broadcasters kept hammering the identical warning again and again, desperately trying to bring some sanity to the madness. They kept emphasizing there's a crucial, enormous gap between content creator, boxing, where you're competing against other internet personalities or washed-up former athletes and stepping up against a real professional heavyweight who has dedicated his career to battling genuine world title contenders at boxing's absolute. But this is what actually went down, that crucial warning that experienced perspective and wisdom got totally buried under all the marketing and manufactured excitement. Logan kept doubling down on his predictions stronger and stronger. Jake kept buying into his own mythology deeper and deeper, and the whole Paul operation just kept getting more aggressive and more arrogant, right up to the exact second it all came crashing down. The second reality finally arrived.
Since he quickly realized fighting AJ was not going to work for him, he naturally began incorporating even more flight, running away, and freezing, falling to the ground at any chance he had, just to survive the rounds.
I mean, all it's doing is buying Jake Paul more time. I don't like it at all.
Do you remember what Mike Tyson famously said? Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Anthony Joshua's gigantic.
So big.
He's so big. He's so much bigger. So, of course, like, his punch that he knocks Tyron Woodley out cold with, Joshua just eats it.
Yeah.
Because he's a giant.
Once the actual combat began and that opening bell rang for real, the difference in pure talent became absolutely, undeniably clear to every person tuned in. Joshua didn't charge forward looking to prove a point immediately. He didn't rush or display any anxiety about facing Jake Paul. He simply stayed patient like the experienced champion he's always been. Jake, meanwhile, appeared obviously nervous, rigid in his technique, and seriously out of place right from those first exchanges. When the championship rounds arrived, it stopped being about strategy or mental preparation at that point. It became purely about staying conscious, about somehow surviving until the final horn. Joshua floored Jake twice during round 5, and these weren't just balance issues or quick slips. These were thunderous, bone-rattling knockdowns, the type that steal your confidence and your stability immediately. Then he repeated it in round 6, sending Jake crashing down 2 additional times, 4 total knockdowns spanning only 2 rounds. And at exactly 1 minute and 31 seconds into the 6th round, everything ended. Knockout. Zero room for argument, zero dispute to create. Just this crushing silence occupying the space where all that manufactured hype used to live. The numbers that emerged later made this whole disaster look even worse than it appeared while happening. Jake managed to connect with just 16 shots out of 56 total thrown during the complete fight. Just think about that for a second. 16 landed punches. That's not competing at professional boxing's elite level. That's getting completely, totally dominated by someone operating in a different universe. And the physical trauma Jake endured wasn't just symbolic or reputation-based. Jake actually sustained a fractured jaw in 2 places from the beating he absorbed and required emergency surgical repair immediately following the bout. This wasn't some competitive war that just went sideways in those final seconds. This was a total skill mismatch that concluded exactly how experienced boxing insiders predicted from day one. And that's exactly when those cameras happened to capture Logan's response.
Heavyweights have taken that right hand that only took 1.
I'm just so proud of him. That was incredible. In my view, that was a victory on all fronts.
While Jake was getting physically helped out of that ring by his corner and paramedics, Logan totally lost his composure in front of the entire audience. The swagger he'd been projecting for months disappeared immediately, just vanished into nothing. The tough guy act and aggressive posturing crumbled like wet paper. Broadcast announcers covering the event spotted the change instantly and began discussing it during the live coverage. This wasn't typical family worry for a hurt sibling. This was obvious rage, crushing humiliation, and genuine terror all boiling together. Logan exploded emotionally in a way that stunned viewers watching, and he appeared visibly intensely livid. But here's the revealing detail: not at Anthony Joshua for his ring performance, but at Jake directly. In that raw, unguarded instant captured on film, it appeared less like a concerned brother worried about his family member's medical condition, and much more like someone suddenly understanding that their whole carefully built public persona, their brand, their reputation, everything they'd created, had just absorbed a catastrophic, irreversible blow that could never be fixed. His facial expression revealed everything. He was absolutely terrified about what was coming next.
This YouTuber who's fought Tommy Fury, who's a legit boxer, and a couple other guys that were legit boxers. That's it. Like everyone else he's fought Ben Askren, who's really a wrestler. He fought Tyron Woodley, who was an elite MMA fighter, but not an elite boxer.
Public.
The timing in that right hand, just spectacular.
That's stepping in as well.
Over the top. I mean, that was a full force shot to the temple. I mean, he's Fucksville right now.